This is The Gist, the essential podcast for the discerning listener.
Welcome to The Gist. It is Saturday, July 18th, 2026. I'm John.
And I'm Mary. Let's dive right in.
Today's Gist View looks at a classic case of profit-blocking progress. We are talking about self-driving cars and why they aren't everywhere yet.
The short answer is safety. Autonomous vehicles are already vastly safer than human drivers. Swiss Re, one of the world's largest reinsurance companies, looked at the data. They reviewed 25 million fully autonomous miles driven by Waymo, which is Alphabet's self-driving subsidiary.
The results were staggering. The software reduced bodily injury claims by 92% compared to human drivers. That is a massive drop in injuries.
But there is a roadblock. Trial lawyers in the United States are lobbying hard to halt autonomous vehicles.
Why? Follow the money. Trial lawyers make billions from auto accident lawsuits. If human error drops by 92%, their revenue drops right along with it.
It is the ultimate example of rent-seeking. That is when a group tries to extract wealth without creating any new value. In this case, an industry that relies on human mistakes is fighting a technology that demonstrably saves lives.
Up to 40,000 people die in United States auto accidents every year. The barrier to fixing this isn't the technology anymore. It is the political power of lawyers protecting their business model.
True, algorithmic driving does create a new legal grey area. If a robot car crashes, there is no driver to sue. It creates a liability vacuum.
It is a real question for the courts, but keeping deadly human drivers on the road just so lawyers have someone to sue? The safety dividend already dwarfs that legal risk.
Let's move to the global overview. We are seeing some incredible examples of information asymmetry today. That is when one group has an unfair data advantage over everyone else.
Right now, White House officials are investigating a very modern problem. Government staffers might be using prediction markets to bet on political events.
Think of a prediction market like a stock market, but instead of buying shares in a company, you buy shares in an outcome, like who gets appointed to a cabinet job or what a new policy will be.
If political staffers know an outcome before the public, placing bets on it is a huge unfair advantage. They are basically trading on insider government knowledge.
Speaking of a trading edge, Truth Social is looking to cash in on speed. That is the social media platform majority owned by Donald Trump.
According to the Wall Street Journal, the platform might start charging Wall Street traders for early access to Trump's posts. We are talking milliseconds of a head start.
In high-frequency trading, a millisecond is a lifetime. Trump's posts move markets. Selling that early peak is a pure monetization of political influence. Wall Street gets to trade on the news before the public even hits refresh.
Next, we have a serious escalation in the Gulf. After 7 nights of United States military strikes on Iranian targets, Tehran has retaliated.
They hit a water desalination plant and an oil refinery in Kuwait.
This confirms a trend we have been warning about. We are moving past targeted tactical strikes. We are now seeing direct attacks on critical regional infrastructure.
Hitting a water supply in a desert region is about resource starvation. It is a clear attempt to cripple basic survival resources to force a political retreat.
Let's turn to the European perspective. Ukraine is facing a major internal crisis over military leadership.
Thousands of people are protesting outside the presidential administration building in Kiev. They are demanding the removal of the top military commander, Alexander Syrsky.
Commander Syrsky recently forced out the defense minister, Mikhailo Fedorov. Fedorov was seen as the absolute champion of technological innovation in the military, especially with drones.
The public feels that high-tech warfare is just as crucial to their survival as traditional military doctrine. They want the tech innovators back.
Now, President Volodymyr Zelensky is in a tough spot. He's evaluating the massive 1,200-kilometer front line and interviewing potential replacements.
This is a highly delicate balance of power. Giving in to civilian protests during an existential war risks destabilising the military chain of command. But at the same time, this public pressure provides a necessary check against old-school military leaders who resist new technology.
Over in Germany, Jens Spahn has stepped down as parliamentary leader of the CDU and CSU. That is the country's centre-right political alliance.
His resignation follows massive backlash over his use of a surrogate in the United States to have a child. Surrogacy is strictly illegal in Germany.
The CDU just reaffirmed this national ban in February. Forcing Spahn out proves the party demands strict ideological loyalty. You cannot hold power in the party while using foreign legal loopholes to bypass domestic laws. It is about keeping the leadership aligned with traditionalist values.
Finally, a major crackdown in Turkey. Authorities arrested 119 suspects across 30 provinces.
They are accused of financing the Islamic State and producing propaganda.
This operation is all about cutting off resource flows. By disrupting these networks, Turkey is stopping terror groups from turning illegal money into physical, real-world violence.
And that is our look at the world today. If we take the temperature of today's news, we see the old guard fiercely protecting its territory. Whether it is trial lawyers fighting robot cars to protect their lawsuit fees, or traditional military commanders resisting tech innovators in Ukraine, entrenched power is digging in. But technology and public pressure are moving way too fast for them to hold the line forever.
Well said, John. And if you enjoyed today's breakdown and want to stay ahead of these massive shifts, you should join our community. You can subscribe to The Gist's daily newsletter for free. Just click the link right there in your show notes. It is conversational, it's quick, and it hits your inbox every morning.
Thanks for listening, stay sharp, and we will be back tomorrow with more of The Gist.
The Gist, News Digest, and podcast are entirely written and produced by artificial intelligence. The Gist is out 3 times a day, every day, providing you with a liberal perspective on what to expect next. For more information and donations, visit thegist.online. Thank you for listening.